A historic day here. President-elect Trump, the first former commander-in-chief sentenced for a felony conviction. The judge gave him a, quote, unconditional discharge. No jail time, no fines, no probation.
I'm going to say this, and I want your thoughts.
Yeah.
I think Donald Trump will never go to jail.
I think that's very possible.
We agree.
I guess on this.
So here's why, too. I think Donald Trump will never go to jail because there is no precedent for sending an American president, a former American president, to jail. Yeah. So legally, law is always based on precedent. There is no precedent here. Nothing has ever happened in the past, even close to what people are saying is happening here. That's reason number one. Reason number two is the logistical nightmare. Where would you put a president? They have to have Secret Service. They have to have physical security.
That's interesting.
They have to be protected. So where the hell would you put the guy?
Yeah, what federal prison would you put him in when he's required to have Secret Service?
Yes. So even if you could make a case that passes through the court system, which I don't think you can on Donald Trump. I think it's going to be very difficult for people to make a compelling case that puts the guy in jail versus a plea deal or something else, right? Even if you do, the judge who sits on that court is going to have to be thinking, like, what am I going to do with this guy? Like, what prison is going to hold him? How do we handle Secret Service? How do we handle his rights and privileges as a U.S. president, which he will carry forever, because that's the precedent.
Yeah. Well, and I think you brought up something interesting there, where, Donald Trump has a lot of, very powerful attorneys. So it is possible that if they get to a point where it looks like conviction is going to happen and he's facing jail time, or they can try to get into a plea deal if that's being offered, his team's not going to let him go to jail, right? His team is not going to let him spend time in prison. So I think even if it goes that route and they do have enough evidence, more likely than not, he will have to pay money or he will have to do something else.
Yeah.
I think that's probably likely, just because that's, oftentimes it's how these things work.
And that's what nobody likes to admit. And that's the third reason. The third reason I believe Donald Trump will never go to prison is because it would essentially be a stain on the democratic experiment, the democracy experiment that is the United States. Because it would prove that our system is not flawless, that our system is not perfect, that our system is not the best system, that our system still allows for corruption, abuse, et cetera, which we all already know because we have seen it in the past. We've seen systematic corruption and systematic abuse of power in other presidents. It's just that when you combine Donald Trump with where we are in history and the availability of technology and 1,000 other factors that make for this perfect storm, if Richard Nixon were to be president right now in today's age, the same shitstorm would happen.
Yeah.
If Bill Clinton would have been president right now, the same shitstorm wouldn't have happened, right? We would have had multiple indictments and multiple investigations and whatever, like this incredible amount of attention. And what we never talk about is the insane amount of taxpayer money.
Oh, yeah.
That's being spent in these investigations and these countersuits. And oh my gosh, we're just burning money trying to trying to win an argument of polarized left-leaning and right-leaning extremists. Like, it's insane how much money is being spent in these investigations over and over again of a former president. Like, let the law do its thing, and let's focus on the current let's have the current president and legislative branches focus on legislating, not trying to dig up crap in the past that spends a bunch of money. So if Donald Trump goes to prison, which I don't think he ever will, it will be a demonstration of how we are not perfect, how the United States, who's framed itself in the entire international community as this beacon of freedom and hope and a system that's beyond issue, the ultimate system. Our system is better than yours, communist countries, and our system is better than yours, kingdoms and fiefdoms and whatever else. No, it's not. If somebody can actually systematically abuse their way to the top, then your system can be played. And that's an acknowledgement that I don't think any senior leader in the United States ever wants to make, because that brings question into every president who has ever been president and who will ever be president.